Goddamn! It is cold this morning. I think it's about 40. A little chilly. It'll be like 75 later today though. But the desert loses all of its heat first thing in the morning, and you get cold ass weather. So why am I up at 8 a.m. on a Saturday, you ask, in 40 degree weather? Well, I'm riding because that's what I'd rather be doing. But I have to go into work because the boss had called a meeting to go over production stuff on a Saturday at 8:30 a.m. So it was actually pretty funny. His question to me was, "Hey, do you have any plans Saturday morning?" To which I replied, "Yes." And he said, "Okay, well, we have a meeting at 8:30. So I guess it wasn't optional, as much as I would like it to be. But I get paid for it, so I'm not going to bitch too much. So I went out riding yesterday after work because it was gorgeous. And I had completely forgotten to change the orientation of the lens from when I had it attached to the side of my helmet last. So I managed to record a whole ride's worth of video in vertical format. So that video is all shot. I mean, I could zoom in on it after rotating it, but it kind of shits the quality. So, and it wasn't really anything exceptional. The reason I've been out for a little bit is I needed a new tire. I went to do my pre-flight last week or the week before to go ride, and the cords were showing on my tire. So yeah, I definitely needed to get that fixed. So I got a brand new tire. And then while I was waiting on the tire, I did a few little mods to the bike. Free mods that make a difference. The first mod was the pair valve. And I guess the pair valve is a smog control thing. Apparently, for some reason, it dumps air into the exhaust. And the downside to that is that it tricks, well, it doesn't trick, it messes up the O2 readings on the O2 sensors and makes the bike have a dead spot at about 5,000 RPM. And at low idle, it kind of is real, it's not smooth. At low idle and partial throttle, like parking lot, it's not smooth at all. So the huge fix to fix that is you simply unplug the connector for the pair valve, which is beyond easy. You got to lift the tank up to do it, and on this tank there's no, not like on my Monster where there's just a quick release. On this one you actually have to undo some bolts to lift the tank up, but it's no big deal. So the second mod to be done on the bike was the flapper valve. And there's a valve in the airbox that when it hits a certain RPM, again, draws enough vacuum, it closes this valve and restricts the amount of air going to the engine. So there's really no point to it, and supposedly it gives you some smoothness improvements. Nothing in the way of horsepower. Actually, these two mods net a 1 horsepower loss, but it's really not the end of the world because it handles so much better around 5,000 RPM, and slow speed in parking lots is seriously improved. I mean, it is a huge difference. So I highly recommend, if you've got a 6th generation VFR, I highly recommend doing the pair and the flapper mod because it really does make a difference. It's worth the 15 minutes that it takes to do it. Well, that wasn't too bad. 2 hours at work on a Saturday. is not that big of a deal. So I've got another question for everybody. I've been debating whether or not I should do a Facebook for M750 or not. It seems like a lot of vloggers have Facebooks, and it seems like it's how they kind of communicate with each other, since nobody likes using Google+. And YouTube's messaging system is completely screwed now, because you never know when you're getting an email or a message. So yeah, so should I do an M750 Facebook? I've got one personally, obviously, almost everyone does. And I've got one for my photography business. I don't even know if I can make a third one. I might have to make like a whole new email address just to make a third Facebook account, but I don't know. My only concern is updating it, managing it, but I don't know. So hit me up in the comments on that. Let me know what you guys think. Is it even necessary for motovloggers to have a Facebook? Is it absolutely necessary for motovloggers to have a Facebook? And I'll go from there. See what we decide. What type of stuff do you guys expect to see on a motovlogger's Facebook? Do you even bother following them? So yeah, so let me know. Give me some answers on that. The other thing too is last night, Friday, I don't know how many people follow Bran, B-R-A-N, Bran 7701, but if you're not, you should. It's hilarious. She is hilarious. And she's been doing a Monday night Motovlogger Hangout, which has been great. And then yesterday, Friday, she did a Motovlogger Hangout that was, they were playing Cards Against Humanity, which you've never played before. It's hilarious. And it was funny as hell. I mean, it was ridiculous. I meant to pop in and watch a little bit of it because I had some other stuff to do. I ended up watching 4 hours of it, so, but it was great. So yeah, so subscribe to Bran. The whole list yesterday was, there was Bran 7701, there was Notorious Bunny, who puts up some really good videos, definitely worth subscribing to. And there was Cape Voice, who is also very good. He's hilarious, worth subscribing to, absolutely. And then the other one in the meetup was 13 Here Comes the Sun, that's what it is. And funny girl, awesome bike. So definitely worth subscribing to all 4 of them. But at the very least, subscribe to Brand 7701 so you guys can keep track of when the Hangouts happen. Because they're funny. They're funny as hell. It's some hilarious stuff. And it's pretty interesting. It's kind of fun to see people not on the bikes, just being themselves, having a good time, just hanging out as friends. It's pretty cool. So I'll put all the links to their YouTube profiles down in the comments, or maybe I'll throw them up on the screen too if I feel that ambitious. But yeah, so I think that's about it. So let me know on the Facebook thing. We'll see what we get from there.